Welcome to a new guitar tutorial, and this is part 2 for the unplugged version of Layla. In part 1 we had a look at the intro guitar solo and the rhythm guitar part, and today we have a look at the main guitar solo. If you're interested in sheet music, you can go to my Patreon page. There you can download a full transcription of the guitar part, including tabs and regular notation. And if you enjoyed the lesson and want to support my channel, please hit subscribe, ring the bell, leave a like and drop me a line in the comments. The guitar solo part is in the key of D minor, and we're playing a mixture of the D minor pentatonic, the D plus scale and the D minor scale. And we're starting with a double stop lick. So we have the 5th fret of the high E string and the 6th fret of the B string, and we're doing a slide bend on the 6th fret of the B string. And I'm playing this with hybrid picking, so I'm using the pick for the B string and my middle finger for the high E string. And this double stop is played twice. Then we're going down to the 7th fret of the G string. Then we're playing this double stop another 3 times. Then one more time the 7th fret of the G string. And then one more time this double stop. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going down the D plus scale. So we're starting on the 7th fret of the G string, going down to the 5th fret of the G string, then 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, 6th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the D string, then down to the 3rd fret of the D string, then down to the 5th fret of the A string, and then back up 3rd fret of the D string, 5th fret of the A string. So this complete part. After that, there's another double stop lick. In this case, we're playing the 13th fret of the G string and the 12th fret of the B string. And then we're doing a slide up to the 14th fret of the G string and the 13th fret of the B string. And this part is played in triplets. And for the first pick, we're playing mainly the G string. And the 2 following triplets, we're playing the G and the B string. And this lick is played 6 times. And then we're playing the slide on G string one more time. Then the 13th fret of the B string, 15th fret of the B string. And then we're going down to the 13th fret, to the 12th fret of the G string with our 3rd finger, which is played twice. So one more time this part. After that, we're playing a pentatonic run. So we're starting on the 10th fret of the G string, going down to the 12th fret of the D string, then up to the 10th fret of the G string again, then the 12th fret of the G string, then 10th fret of the B string, 13th fret of the B string, 10th fret of the high E string, and up to the 12th fret of the high E string. After that, we're playing a hammer-on pull-off, starting from the 10th fret to the 12th fret of the high E string, pull off, and then we're going down to the 13th fret of the B string again, up to the 10th fret of the high E string, and then the 13th fret of the B string again. And then we're going down to the 10th fret of the B string, which is played 4 times. Then up to the 11th fret and then back down to the 10th fret again. So one more time this lick. Then we're going down to the 12th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the G string, 9th fret of the G string, and then we're doing a hammer on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret of the G string, and then down to the 7th fret of the G string. So one more time this part. Then our next lick starts on the 5th fret of the G string. So we have the 5th fret of the G string going down to the 7th fret of the D string, then up to the 7th fret of the G string, then up to the 5th fret of the B string, 6th fret of the B string, then we're doing another hammer on pull off from the 5th to the 6th, back to the 5th fret. So first part. And then we're going down to the 7th fret of the G string again, 5th fret of the G string, and then we're going down the D plus scale as we did before. So we have the 5th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the D string, then down to the 3rd fret of the D string, then back up to the 5th fret again, 3rd fret, and then this line ends on the 5th fret of the A string. So one more time this part. Then we're going up to the 13th fret of the high E string, where we're doing a slide bend, followed by the 10th fret of the E string, then the 13th fret of the B string, back up to the 10th fret of the high E string, then up to the 12th fret, then we're doing a hammer on starting from the 10th fret up to the 12th fret, then back down to the 10th fret and then down to the 13th fret of the B string again. Then down to the 10th fret of the B string, 13th fret of the G string, and then back up to the 10th fret of the B string again. So this complete lick. Then the next lick starts on the 10th fret of the high E string. So we have the 10th fret of the E string going down to the 10th fret of the B string. Then one more time this bending on the 13th fret of the high E string, going down to the 10th fret of the E string, followed by the 13th fret of the B string. Then we're doing a pull off from the 15th fret to the 13th fret of the E string. And then we're playing the 15th fret another 2 times. And then there's another slide bend. This time we're playing it with our index finger on the 13th fret of the high E string. So this completely. Then our next part starts on the 14th fret of the G string. So we have the 14th fret of the G string up to the 15th fret of the B string. then the 12th fret of the high E string, 13th fret of the high E string, and then we're doing a slide up to the 15th fret of the E string. After that, the 13th fret again, and then up to the 15th fret again. Then there's a dead note on the high E string. And then we're playing the 12th fret again and the 13th fret again. Our next lick starts on the 10th fret of the high E string. So we have the 10th fret of the E string going down to the 13th fret of the B string. Then there's the 10th fret of the B string, but this is kind of a dead note again. And then we're playing the 12th fret of the G string. Going down to the 10th fret of the G string, then up to the 13th fret of the B string again. Then we're doing a slide bend on the 12th fret of the G string, up to the 10th fret of the B string, 12th fret of the G string again, 10th fret of the G string, and then down to the 12th fret of the D string. So this complete bar. After that, we're playing the G, the B, and the high E string on the 10th fret. Then we're going down to the 9th fret of the G string. Then we're adding the 10th fret of the B string and we're picking both of the strings. And then we're moving our first finger down to the 8th fret, picking both of the strings again and doing a slide up to the 9th fret. So this part. After that, we're doing a hammer-on from the 9th fret of the G string up to the 10th fret of the G string, and then down to the 12th fret of the D string. So this bar one more time. And then the last lick of this guitar solo starts on the 5th fret of the G string, going down to the 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the D string again, the 5th fret of the D string, and then we're ending on the 3rd fret of the D string, where we're also doing a slight bluesy bend. So this complete last part. One more time, a bit slower. This was the guitar solo for the unplugged version of Layla, played by Eric Clapton. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, leave a like, drop me a line in the comments, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.